Welcome back, everybody, to a brand new episode of Over the Top Talk. I'm your host, Owen, and today I'll be interviewing Kayla Hracho, professional MMA slash boxer. How we
Mm.
doing today, Kayla?
I'm doing great. It's great to be here chatting with you. How are you?
I'm doing amazing myself. I thank you for coming on. I know we've had to switch the days around, I think, 3 times, but I'm glad to finally have you on.
Yeah, for sure. It happens. I understand. Busy lives.
Perfect. And just to kind of start, do you want to kind of tell me and the people a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Man, where to start? Um, so as you mentioned, I am a professional MMA fighter and boxer. I started boxing about 11 years ago and then moved down to South Florida to pursue MMA. I started kind of late. I started MMA when I was 25 years old. So I've just been grinding my butt off ever since, trying to make the most of this journey. And it's been hard recently to stay active, but I'm hoping to change that soon.
Perfect. And when it comes to fighting MMA and boxing, which one would you say you like competing in more?
I get this question a lot. To be honest, I love both. Boxing is kind of my first love, and it's something that I really enjoy training. I enjoy competing in. If it were up to me, I would do both at the same time. I'd like take an MMA fight, take a boxing fight because I really do love both and would love to pursue both, but that comes with its own challenges. Sorry if you see a dog here. He he doesn't like that the attention isn't on him. But I also really, really love MMA. It's kind of like my new love. I love grappling. I love being at American Top Team with all my brothers and sisters from all over the world. So I've got love for both. I can't choose.
And what would you say is like your favorite part about
Oh
fighting?
gosh, there's so many things I love about it. um, I would have to say like it's testing myself, right? Like I love the challenge. I love the entire process, and I think you kind of have to in order to pursue this just because it's so difficult. Um, so I love the challenge. I love the grind. I love the discipline, the daily work, challenging myself, and I feel like it makes me a better and a stronger person throughout the whole process.
Awesome. And what would you say is maybe your least favorite part about the sport?
Hmm. Probably either cutting weight or I think like the uncertainty is really hard. People don't really talk about that enough. Like just the uncertainty of when am I going to fight? Will I be able to fight this year? How many times will I be able to fight this year? There's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of waiting when it comes to this job that comes with a lot of challenges for sure.
And do you obviously there's pressure when you're about to step in a ring or octagon. How do you kind of handle that pressure of going and competing?
It's a good question. I think that you can't allow pressure to overcome you, right? I think if you're only focused on winning and losing, that's where the pressure comes and feels overwhelming. But if you're going into the cage focused on just having fun and being grateful for the opportunity to compete, I think that allows some of the pressure to be taken off. So I try to have that mindset, and I think that being in that space comes from solid preparation, right? Like when you're giving it your all on the mats every single day, then you can kind of go into the fight with no pressure and knowing that the work is done and you're just there to have fun and display all of your hard work.
And obviously, you talked about making weight. I know a lot of different fighters have different routines when it comes to that. What is your routine for making weight? Maybe like 48 hours before, 24 hours, stuff like that.
So I work with one of the best nutritionists and weight cut specialists in the game. His name is Eric Pena. If you guys want to check him out, he's Pena Performance on Instagram. He does all of the dirty work for me. So I literally just listen to him. He tells me exactly what to do, exactly what to eat, how much water to drink, what time to start the cut, and how he wants me to go about it. So he has been instrumental in my journey. And it looks a little bit different depending. For example, my last three fights have been at 105 atom weight. But I've also fought at straw weight, and those processes look pretty different. Um, so it definitely starts in camp, right? Like you can't just focus on cutting weight in the last 48 hours and expect to have a good cut. So it definitely takes discipline throughout the whole camp. I prefer to use the bath if possible rather than sauna. I know a lot of fighters they like to work out, in the sauna suit to lose some weight. I don't really prefer that. I prefer to do it as fast as possible. So the bath is usually my go-to.
Perfect. And which fight out of all the ones you've had would you say is your favorite one?
Hmm. My favorite fight. That's a good question. I have never really thought about that. Probably my last fight. My favorite fight is the last one. I think every single fight I get better and I show different skills. So, yeah, I would have to say my last fight until my next one.
Perfect. And I noticed you're pretty close friends with Kayla Harrison. Has she helped you at all, like maybe grow as a fighter? Have you got to train with her a lot?
So we're complete different sizes. We joke around often and say like, how can we be best friends but we're not able to train together? I think it would be amazing to have her as a training partner, especially since I have more of a striking style. She is more of a obviously super high level grappling. But no, we don't train together too much. I would say the biggest impact Kayla has had on me is just her being my friend. She's helped me to become a better person, which makes me a better fighter. So definitely grateful for her. We've been good friends for probably 7 years now. When she moved down to South Florida, and that girl is you know, people see her fight skills. She's an incredible fighter, but she's an even more incredible person, if that's possible. That girl's awesome.
And obviously, with fighting comes you guys take a lot of shots, a lot of physical toll on your body. How would you say you handle that, like after a fight?
Good question, huh? I never really thought about that.
Mhm.
I would say the worst part about me is I'm a natural redhead and I have that redhead pale skin. So you could like flick me in the face and I'm gonna get a black eye pretty much. So I tend to mark up really, really easily after fights. So I think that's probably the worst part. It's not really the pain, but more so like the visible, what shows visibly, but it's no biggie. I sleep for like the next 2 days and, eat some good food. And then by the time I'm healed up, I'm ready to do it again.
Perfect. And what's one thing people would be surprised to learn about you, like outside of the cage?
Ooh. I think people would probably be surprised to know that along with being a professional fighter, I am also pursuing my master's degree in mental health counseling. Um, so yeah, I mean, those two dichotomies, they're pretty different and it's very difficult. It's very, very hard to balance the two, especially since they're both, really big priorities in my life. But I think that would probably surprise some people.
And Like when you're not training, what does a perfect like maybe off day look like for you?
Hmm. Perfect off day when I'm not training. I haven't had one of those in a while because I feel like I'm always working, but I would love for my family to be down here and to, maybe have a nice breakfast and then hang out at the beach all day and yeah, just relaxing with loved ones would be the best way for me to spend my day off.
Awesome. And is there any song or maybe artist that you listen to that people would be shocked to know that you listen to it?
Oh man, that's a good question. I have such a wide range of music interests. Like I kind of just listen to whatever uh kind of matches my mood in the moment. I guess something that might surprise people is that I enjoy listening to Spanish music, like music that isn't even in English that I don't particularly understand. And I think that came from, you know, training in the boxing gyms and that Spanish music was always playing and it kind of helped me to like get in a nice flow and get in the zone. And so yeah, I still enjoy listening to it.
Perfect. And what's your favorite like cheat meal to have when you're not in camp, or maybe
Now
when
you're
you are in camp?
talking. Now you're talking. Favorite cheat meal. How can I pick just one? Probably like a big, delicious plate of vodka pasta with blackened chicken and like ice cream and cookies.
And if you could swap lives with any celebrity or maybe athlete, who would you be?
Oh my gosh. I don't think I would. I don't know. That's a tough question. Swap lives. Like for a day or like forever?
Yeah, I'd say for a day.
I have no idea. Maybe I would like swap lives with Max Holloway so I can experience fighting Destin Poirier or something like that. I have no idea.
Yeah, and being in the top. I think he's been in the pound for pound for like 8 years now. I saw.
Yeah. I mean, he's a legend. Not that I like would want to fight him. He would knock me out. But just to experience that type of high level fight. Dustin's one of my favorite fighters and I thought about like I could swap lives with him, but I think I'd rather do it with someone else where I can like share just such a memorable moment with them, I guess. I don't know. That's a tough question.
And maybe what's some advice that you would hand to somebody that might want to get into the sport of fighting, whether it's boxing, jujitsu, anything like that?
Oh gosh. I think finding a good team around you, having the right support and just consistency. Like consistency is so important. I know when I came to American Top Team, it probably took me like 4 years to win a round. Like I'm not even exaggerating. I lost every single round for years before I started to feel comfortable and um, yeah, to be able to compete with the girls on the mat. So consistency is super important, showing up every day and just working hard.
Perfect. And that's all I have for you. But for everyone that comes on, we like to let them shout out anything, whether it's social medias, stuff coming up, anything like that. So I'll let you do that.
Um, So I do have a really, really big fight on the horizon. Unfortunately, I can't announce it quite yet because, things haven't been finalized, but I hope that you guys stay tuned, follow me on Instagram and stay tuned and you should see an exciting announcement coming up soon.
Perfect. And once again, I appreciate you coming on. we don't have too many females that come on. I think we've had maybe 3 or 4, so I'm glad to
Nice.
have you on. You guys help us make this podcast, so I
Well, that's
appreciate you
awesome.
coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate
A-
it.
And for everyone watching, I'll put her socials down below. Thank you for watching. Follow Over the Top Talk on Instagram, Spotify, anywhere you can find podcasting. And I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for having me.